the summer of '88 on the great Midwestern plains. The heat rolled on and the rain did not rain. It was election year and the candidates were cranking up a storm. They were talking through their hats, they blowing hot air, they weren't even getting warm. All around the countryside, in the cities and the towns, the price was going up and the quality was going down. Yes, everywhere you look and everywhere you go, those liberal, conservative, left, right wingers were jawing to the bone. Now the moon hangs low, the moon hangs high, and the good old earth hangs in the sky. The sun never rises and the sun it never sets, and did you know it ain't over yet? Well, down at the local water hole, some fools was hanging around. They were talking about this, they talking about that, the air was getting brown. Their heads was full of sugar plums and fears of the enemy. Yes, and the good and the bad and the ugly and some other fantasies. When somebody come walking through the door, they'd look 'em up and they'd look 'em down, they would not look no more. Yes, time was passing and the weather was waiting outside, and for many a soul the water hole was a good place to hide. Now the moon hangs low, the moon hangs high, and the good old earth hangs in the sky. The sun never rises and the sun it never sets, ain't you know it ain't over yet. Like they didn't have no shame. And the nasty boys around the world were working on their game. They had drums and guns and sticks and stones, they calling each other names. And the science boys and the medicine boys were working on their game. The changing the theories all around and the change them around their game. And the religion boys around the world were working on their game, by trying to deny that God is God the same. And the average boys around the world are working on their game, letting those other boys tell them how the game is played. And now if men will be boys and women will be girls, tell me what in the world's gonna happen to this old girl. Well, back at the local water hole, some folks was hanging around. They were talking to some other folks that were there from out of town. Was Buffalo Joe and Lou, his girl, they were just getting back from a trip around the world. Well, Bill said to Joe, what was it like? Yes, what was it like, said Barbecue Man. Well, I saw some things I had never seen before, and I'll never be the same again and never know more. Well, down in the city and out on the plains, the wind does blow and it blows the same. It blows the leaves and it blows the dust, and it blows on them and it blows on us. Now a red-tailed hawk, when he's flying up high, can see a little bitty snake with his razor sharp eye. And an 8-hooter owl with her sensitive eye can see many thousand stars more than you and I. Now if anybody asked you who sang this song, tell them it was some fool that had been here and gone. If anybody asked you where did he go, it's far, far away where the cool breezes blow. And the moon hangs low and the moon hangs high, and the good old earth hangs in the sky. The sun never rises and the sun it never sets, and you know it ain't over yet. Yeah, and the fat